Hey guys, welcome to a new Five for Friday. Hope you all are doing well out there. Hope that you've had a good week. You're winding down here at the end of the week, heading into the weekend. A lot of the students, parents at home are winding down from school year. I know a lot of you have had a lot of stress on you as far as the end of school. But now with that winding down, hopefully things are going a little better, which is going to tie into the Five for Friday this week. And that's going to be and this is a personal list, my top 5 moments at Rockwood High School or things that have happened to me at Rockwood High School. Um, so it's more of a personal list. If I know a lot of you may not know some of this stuff, a lot of you might. I've got going to be using pictures for this one, so we'll have different moments pop up here. Number 5 for me, we'll start at the beginning. That's becoming a full-time teacher at Rockwood High School. I was an interim for my first year. From fall break until winter break, I was full-time, and then I was part-time the rest of the year. Luckily enough, I made enough of a good impression to stick around, and that's where essentially it all started. That was 7 years ago for me. This year was the end of year 7. And it's been a great 7 years. You always have your ups and downs, but so far at Rockwood, I've loved it. I feel like I've become part of the culture there, and it's really great to have kind of a second family. Number 4 for me was announcing for baseball. When I got to Rockwood, I really didn't have that many ties to people. And luckily enough, I had a few people who took a chance on me, and one of those was Coach Witter. He had heard from Coach Kegley at Oliver Springs that I announced baseball. He needed a baseball announcer. Um, and so naturally, I was drawn to it. I've always been a sports guy. And so, luckily enough, that Coach Witter took a chance on me. And since then, me and Coach Witter have become friends. And he was really one of the first people who made it a lot more accessible for me at Rockwood. He was always pretty friendly with me, and then it became a lot easier then to become friends with a lot of the people down there that I would consider friends now. When at first it was really, I went in knowing nobody, so baseball helped open the door for me in that way, and I'll always be thankful for that. Number 3 was becoming a coach. Just like Coach Witter took a chance on me, so did Coach B. I'll always be thankful for her giving me that opportunity. She noticed I'd hang around the gym every once in a while, so eventually she just said, "Hey, why don't you come on and help us out some?" And at first, it was foreign to me. Over time, though, it really became something I loved, still to this day. I could not have asked for a better opportunity. Great kids, even the people around the program, like Coach K, who I'm not an assistant for, but he's somebody who's always accessible. He can ask questions for. It really feels like um, they took me in when they didn't have to, and I'm always especially grateful for that, for people who will um, give you the time of day or give you advice or just hang out with you when they have nothing to gain out of it. Those are the ones who mean the most. Number 2 for me, winning Teacher of the Year last year. It says so much when your peers feel so good about you that they will nominate you or vote for you as Teacher of the Year. Um, I feel like we've got a great staff at Rockwood, so winning this isn't something that I take lightly. This year, Mr. Metcalf won. Metcalf is one of the greatest out there. He's my favorite band director. He goes above and beyond, and all our teachers, I feel like, do a good job of that. So to be nominated for that, to win that, it just means so much to me. And number 1. This was a few years ago, but we played a game at Oliver Springs, and the students decided it would be game day, and they dressed up like me for the football game in the student section. Uh, just, we have such a great group of kids at Rockwood High School. They have such school spirit. They go out, they support their teams. I feel like we really have a family inside the building. Some days the family fights, much like a lot of families do, but for the most part, I feel like we have each other's backs. And they knew that the game was important to me as an Oliver Springs graduate, that we were going back there for the first time since I was a Rockwood High School teacher. And they dressed up and came out in full force. And that was always something that will mean the world to me. It's something I will never forget because they didn't have to do that. Um, these kids, I think, realized how much I care about them, and they reciprocated that. So that's my top 5 list for the week. I hope you enjoyed going back on a little time travel in the history of my time at Rockwood High School. But thank you for joining us this week. If you've got any comments or recommendations for future episodes, let me know in the comments. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you again next Friday.